So the trusty old Dodge seems to have developed a belt squeal. I have narrowed it down to this here tensioner pulley. Today we're going to go ahead and swap that out. So the tensioner pulley is held on by one nut directly on the back of it. And the only way to get to it is to go ahead and pull this ignition coil out of the way. So I'll get started by doing that. That out of the way. That out of the way. Now we can go in here and see one nut holds on this tensioner pulley. We'll go ahead and undo that next. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this belt off. And do that, we're just going to put a ratchet with a 5/8 socket on this pulley up here. Go ahead and pop that off. Deep well. Oh, sweet. Alright, so a slight change of plans. You cannot use a socket back there, so we have a 15mm wrench. We'll go ahead and take this and crack that loose. Get that loose, we should be able to come back in here, spin the nut off my hand. Should we set this aside, because you need to reuse that. Bad tensioner pulley. And here we have one shiny new serpentine belt tensioner that makes no noise, as it's supposed to be. Alright, so we'll go and get this slapped in. There we go. It has a little groove and a bracket and a divot that sits in it, so it only goes in one way. Here's to our nut. Get that started and run it down by hand. Starting on fine, but sometimes when you mix hardware, the threads don't exactly want to cooperate, so you might need a wrench at the ready. You'll get it through any tight spots here. And tight. The wrench. And give it a couple more for good measure. There. That'll do it. Let's go ahead and take a look at our serpentine belt. Make sure we don't have any issues here. As of right now, this is looking a-okay. So I'm going to go ahead and rerun this. I did buy a new one, but I'm just going to keep that one as a spare for the time being. this is looped around our idler in the back. Over our new tensioner pulley. And the easiest way to set this on is to loop it up and over the alternator. Now we just take our ratchet with our socket that we used earlier. Go ahead and crank this up. Well, it sounds to me like we're still getting a squeak. So, next step, I think I'm going to go ahead and swap out that serpentine belt. We'll see if that does anything. Alright, so same procedure to get your belt off. We're going to go ahead and take our ratchet. Pop it off the tensioner, the alternator, and let it go. Now we just take and pay attention to where the belt is routed. It's usually not that difficult to figure back out, but you can save yourself some trouble if you either take a picture of it or you can draw a diagram on a piece of paper. Here we have our new serpentine belt. Here, around harmonic balancer.
Bobby from the future here. Going back and editing this footage, I can see that you guys can't really see anything that I'm doing. My truck and most cars and trucks should have a sticker somewhere in the engine bay that has a diagram for you to follow for belt installation. If your sticker is gone, then you can most likely find something online.
Go way up. Loop it around our water pump pulley. Here, we're going to stretch over to the other side. Loop around our power steering pump. Up and over the top to the air conditioning compressor. Skip the alternator for now. Loop it down around. Tight for pulley. Over your new belt tensioner. Take a quick look at everything, make sure everything is lined up. Slip off the crank pulley down here, that would have been a bad day. Now from here, we take our ratchet, grab our belt like so. We're going to pull our tensioner over just like we did, and then let it go. Something don't seem right there. Alright guys, so the issue ended up being, I know it's hard to see, I'm running out of light here, but the nut for my new tensioner pulley ended up not being all the way tightened down because this wasn't seated flush. I went ahead and took care of that, make sure everything's torqued down properly. Now we're going to go ahead and slap our belt on.
that is the sound that we were looking for. I think tonight we might head out. There's a snowstorm supposed to be coming, so I think we'll go out and do a little bit of adventuring there. Until then, I want to thank you all for tuning in to Bobby's Off-Road Garage. Well, in this case, covered parking spot. And I'll see you all next time. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.